What's up, guys? This is Jimmy, also known as Jumanji 1776. I am one of the option goats trader over at Option Goats Trading LLC. We are an actual LLC based out of the state of Wisconsin. We have a Discord server. Here's our webpage right here. If you hit this join now button, it will take you to our server to differentiate between the free membership and the OG Prime membership. I do share one of my trade ideas on a monthly basis. It says weekly, but we need to change that. It's going to be monthly, and then you also have access to the general chat. In the OG Prime membership, you get the Prime chat, any kind of questions that you may have. We try to help you out as much as we can. Again, I'm not a licensed financial professional. If you do need financial help, please contact your financial advisor. We do have a couple of different resources, but a lot of books, ebooks that we have, and the OG Flowbot, which I'll show you how I used that this past week because we had a really good week. So we had Monday off because of 4th of July, but we started on July 6th, which was a Tuesday. Today is July 10th. Today is Saturday, so I'm just going to do the recap. We had a really good week. So really happy with the team, really happy with the traders, really happy with some of the members, some trades I haven't seen before, some tickers I haven't seen before. So this was definitely a very good week. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and hit that the green go button right down here. So then is our web page, and then here is our YouTube page right here. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more on this one. Here we go. Okay, so I'll go over my trade here in a bit, but the first trade we had on Tuesday was Recovering had a I can't remember what he was trading here, but it looks like he got out with some nice profits. It looks like a nice 20% gain right there. Very nice. I mean, that was like right at the, it looks like this was like a 12-minute trade and he got in and out pretty fast, which is pretty amazing. Warren had some really good trades on Microsoft, had a really good trade on Apple. Apple was really good this week. On Oracle, he also had a good trade on Apple, or that one was the same one. Devin had some really good, looks like he had some nice gains from the Facebook spread that I made this week, which I'll go over. And then Warren, let's see what else he had. And then props to Tom. Tom came back from vacation as well, and he came in swinging. He was scalping SPY calls, it looks like. Came out with $110 gain right there. Nice trade there. Nas, again, on fire. Nas is just on fire again with Qs and SPY. 252 on Wednesday. So nice job, Nas. That's really good. There's one of my trades that I had. I'll go over that in a bit. Warren again here has the Amazon calls. He was up 47% on that. Had Apple calls, also about 52% gainer right there. 72% gainer on, is that Microsoft? Oh, on NEGG. And then looks like on, what is that? Can't even tell. WBVD. Oh yeah, on WB. Looks like he had some calls on WB, had some really nice gains there. And let's keep going. Faded came in, showing that he had the 236% gain on Apple. I had my AMD trade. I'll go over that here in a bit. Danube, shout out to Danube. He called out YOLO on SPY, and he ended up in profits right there. FCZ Coleman also made money there, and I'll go over some of the trades that I had right there. MB, 200% gainer on the Facebook put on the day that we were pretty red. Again, Warren was up 356 bucks, 300% on his UBXY calls. WB again. MB NRG 41 calls. Looks like he came out with 66% gain. Awesome trade there. Warren again with the Apple trade that he was holding this week. Nas again, SPY, just killing it, absolutely killing it. That's wow. Nas is on another level now. He's doing really good. So props to Nas, good job. And then Devin ending the week with a 185% gainer on. I think this is on Macy's. So good job there, Devin. All right, so let's go over some of the plays, some of the stuff that happened. What happened this past week? So on July 5th, we were off because of the July 4th weekend. Now, we had been already on a bull case the week before and the week after. We got a bit of a setback in the middle of the week. I I think mostly because of the Japan Olympics banning the spectators. And that day we ended up red. So let's pull up the chart real quick because it was kind of a big setback. So let's look at the SPY. Here it is. And I actually had spreads on this. Actually, let's go over that spread. So I had the, let's see, swing trade ideas. Let's see, where is it? SPY. Here we go. Yeah, I sold the 431, 432 call spread for this week. And I sold it last week, or excuse me, I sold it when it was right here. It popped up, came down. I didn't have enough profits there. The next day was coming up, and this was Thursday now. And I was thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm probably going to be out on this spread. You know, I'm not going to be able to. It's going to be a loser, right? And then the day after, they came out with the news. Also, the Delta variant is starting to spread more easily. Some countries in the world are starting to take extra precautions, not go into a state of emergency like Japan did, but kind of just reevaluate the situation and maybe just keep stuff, you know, from happening. But anyways, on Thursday, we dipped below the 431 as low as 427, and that's where we actually came out with profits that day. So that was the day we were coming out with, let's see, right here, bam, came out with 50% profit right there. Again, if you haven't watched the swing trade recaps that I make, you'll know that, you know, I keep them pretty relatable to some of the members that we have. You know, a lot of the members we have are sub 500, sub 1000. So I try to show people, you know, you can get really, really good at using call credit spreads and just selling premium, because that's the main strategy I do. Is I just sell call verticals most of the time, because it's easy to watch something run up, and it's as it's running up, it's really easy to wait for it to come back down, right? So that was the SPY trade. That one ended up green, so that one was really good. Let's go back a little bit more. So we have MA, Novavax. Okay, so let's see here. We had Qs, GNI. Okay, so let's go over GENI. This stock, again, we have, this is an iron condor that I sold. The strikes were 20 and 22.50. Right now it's consolidating under the 20 line, but every time it goes above and close to the 20, I'm green about 20 to 30%. I sold it for a pretty good amount of premium, but if we ever get across above this 20 line where GENI goes above, we should be at about 150 to 200% return on this iron condor. So I'm really excited for what GENI is doing, because it's starting to consolidate and it's starting to make higher highs. But it is, I mean, it likes to consolidate a lot, which I'm going to be making a lot more plays on this stock. I just want to see if this iron condor works out, and then we can use those profits and roll them into some other profits, like a call credit spread if it comes above the 22.50 line. So really liking that spread right now. Qs, I had this ended last week actually, but I wanted to make sure I go over it. This one we lost, unfortunately. This was for 7.2. So yeah, Qs are already at 357, 355. I had a feeling that if we were going to pass 355, it was going to be a loser, because in the past, usually we've gone up 10 bucks and then came back down. On this one, we went up 10 bucks and then we went up like another like 8 bucks. So not going to complain, because I do have some tech longs. But on this one, I did go lights on about one spread, so it was only a $50 loss. If you watch my videos before, you'll know that it's going to be either $50, $100, or $200 risks, and then I'm just going to keep going and keep going. Never have I ever, I shouldn't say that, but never have I ever actually lost all my positions at once. So I've always had a winner. So I actually can just keep the trades going. And if you've been in my chat before, I have about 1,600 shares of PDT. I receive a dividend on that, and I just keep going. So Qs was a loser, but that's okay. Oh, I'm sorry. The premium collected was 110 bucks, but that's okay. So Novavax. So this one was a really good example of sticking to your plan. So I saw that the 50 SMA was crossing down on Novavax down here, and I saw once it crossed under, every time the 50 SMA crossed under, it came back down. What I didn't know was that it actually was using this 175 level as a support. So what we did was I sold the 172.50 and bought the 175 call. We collected a premium of 120 bucks, max loss is 130. Unfortunately, on this one, we took the loss of 130 bucks. But you know what? I set an alert for 221 up here. This is a major support level. In fact, you know what? I'm going to remind myself, I'm going to put it higher at 243. Just because why short down here when it's in the middle of the range when we could be shorting when it's up here, right? That's probably the biggest takeaway that I got from that trade. You know, this day was getting a lot of option volume, and our bullseye bot even called out Novavax coming lower. So that's why I was kind of like, you know what, this kind of seems good. It looks like it's going to drop. It didn't drop, instead it popped. Had I waited and if I was being patient, I waited for the 220, I would have got the drop the day after. So, you know, lesson learned on this one. Is it a big deal? Not too, I'm not too worried about it. That was just looking back. I definitely learned my lesson on that trade. So going at Mastercard. So let's look at Mastercard here. So we've been holding this spread for quite some time now. It's for July 23rd. So I didn't want to close it these past couple times that it was under 370 just because I wasn't collecting a lot of premium. But we did give good entries, good exit points where we're at, you know, 10, 20, 30, 50% profit. I'm looking for more of the $100 gain. So I'm looking more for like 70 or 80% on this one. But MA is a really good stock. You know, I'm going to set another alert when it hits this level. Just because this is one of those stocks that loves to consolidate. So next time it pops above to like 380, I'm going to be selling a 375, excuse me, 377.50 or 380 call spread when it gets up this high. Unfortunately, right now it's finding a range closer to the 370 level, so our spread is in the middle of it. It's not a good thing, not a bad thing. We're just literally right in the middle of it. So hoping next week that Mastercard will dip below 370 again, since our expiration is for 7/16. Oh, 7/16. So actually we have one more week. But if we get one more dip under, after this weekend, we should be able to collect a lot more premium on those positions. So I still feel pretty good about that one. All right, so Las Vegas Sands. So this one we got a good amount of time on. We have until 7/23, so we have not next week, but the week after. We're looking for Las Vegas Sands to finally pick up some call volume and some bullish steam right now. It's starting to move a little bit more violently. We're definitely needing a little bit more of a pop to go above the 53 line. So with Las Vegas fully opened, schools are now opened without the mask. A lot more businesses are opened. A lot more events are happening. A lot more less limited attendance. I think we're going to get a little bit more out of Las Vegas Sands. We're also going to get a little bit more travel. If airlines can keep up with the travel and the casinos, we should be okay. Hopefully they're not overbooking like the news is showing, because that's really not good for business. You saw one guy get written a check for $4,500 because he opted out to take the next flight. You know, Southwest, I mean, those kind of things add up. You know, if you take one of those and then you multiply it by 100, you know, maybe 1,000 over the country, that's a lot of money that Southwest is dishing out. Yes, I know it's $1 billion company, but still, it's, you know, it's money that's unnecessary, you know. All right, so let's look at SPY. Oh, we already did that play. Facebook. Okay, so this is the start of this week. Okay, so the plays that we had, those are some of the ones that we had from before. So here's Facebook. So on Facebook on 7/6, we sold the 355, bought the 357.50 call. It was for this week. So I was playing a little bit more risky. Premium collected was 125, the loss was 125. So let's look at Facebook. This one was from the repeated flow bot, and I set an alert for 358. See 7/6, here it is. So this morning it popped. Let's see if I can show you. This morning it popped to that 358 line, and before it had rejected pretty hard. So I shorted the call spread up here, and it just bam, right went back down to 349. We were able to come out of that trade with profits. So let's see if I can find the Facebook trade. Let's see, here it is. So here's the trade. It came out with 60% profit. That was a great trade. I was super, super happy about that one, just because that was the first trade of Monday. So came out with $75 right there. That was a really good trade on Facebook. So good job there. Let's go. Okay, so then the next day we had AMD. Now this one I can't really say I used TA, because what really happened was that the market just came down. Or no, I'm so sorry. Market came down on this day. And this one, yes. Okay, this one was a really good. This was a really good play. So it hit this 95 line, 1, 2, actually technically 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth time in the morning that it hit, and we got a lot of call volume that came in from our repeated flow bot. So here's our repeated flow bot. For those of you that don't know, we use Tradedics. He is a very, very big bot provider now. He's he has now partnered with the Options Fan Bot. And for those of you that don't know what the Options Fan Bot, every trading server has the Options Fan Bot. If I were to go to Prime Chat and I hit flow, oh, it won't let me do it. Oh, whoops, flow Tesla. Hold on a second. Maybe we'll get it this time. There we go. Okay, so look at this. This is super cool. So right here, Options Fan Bot, like which every trading server has. Now it's by Tradedix, and it shows you the real-time options flow on a stock. Okay, so this is super cool. So I've been using Tradedix a lot. If you have not, I highly suggest going to their Twitter and just checking out what the Twitter is for Tradedix and see what they have. Is it going to pull up? I have my live options flow through Tradedix as well. Let's see if Twitter will open up for me. Maybe it doesn't want to open up for me today. That's okay. Anyways, check out his webpage. He's a really smart guy. He tries all these different types of bots with us, and we couldn't be happier. He provides us the scalping bot, repeated flow bot, bullseye bot, crypto signals, crypto breakouts, large sweeps, large block trades, all in this server. And so yeah, okay. Anyways, so we're in the AMD trade, right? Let's go AMD. Here we go. Awesome. We short right here, and then AMD drops boom from 95 all the way to boom all the way to 90. The next day it actually opened at 87, and this is where we cashed out our money. If we go to profits and we go to AMD, we found out that we came out with 50% profit, right? Again, we're looking at percentage gainers here. This was a 50% trade. Awesome trade. I'm very happy with that trade. So that ended up being a very good trade. So, or not 50%, sorry, excuse me, 78% trade. So 78% trade right there. We had a 70% trade with Facebook. So two really good trades this past week. Really happy with both of those. And then at the very last end of the day on Friday, I shorted a 361, 362 call spread. So 361 is right here. And then 362 is right here. So the reason I picked these two lines is because these are now our support and resistance lines that they've used. So as you can see, the NASDAQ has hit its head on 362. So I sold the 361 and bought the 362 for a premium $52, and the max loss is $48. If we get a drop down to 360 or 359 on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or Thursday, or even Friday, we should be okay coming out with 30, 40, 50% profit. Again, I'm shorting the tops because what comes up comes down, right? Okay, so looking at the long-term ideas. All right, so this was a play that I've wanted to do for quite some time, and I had never done it. I haven't done a lot of iron condors except for the GENI. And let's pull this to daily. So what we did was we sold an iron condor, the 380p, 385p, and then the 390 call, 395 call, right? Each of those, and this was for for September 17th. So we have like 3 months left. The premium collected was $950. Okay, the max loss is $50 because it's 25 each. It was 475.25, 475.25. So premium collected, it was $950. The max loss was $50. So what are we looking for? Like, what am I expecting Roku to do? If I were to pull up the volume and put it on the left side of the screen, most of the volume would come down here, right? And this is what I'm thinking is going to happen. I think what Roku's going to do, it might come back up here, might consolidate, it might hit a lower low right here, in which case it's going to cross under the 390, or do that the second time coming down here. One of these drops, it's going to drop below the 400 level at some point, because this is an area where it is a support. Whether it uses it at a support or not, it's going to slow down when it gets down to the 390 area. If not, it'll just cross over. Either way, as long as it's sometime in August or September where it's crossing under that, we're going to be able to come out with 100, 200, maybe even 300% gainer, which I'm talking like it's going to be like 200 and $300. If we get it in September, that's going to be even better. We're going to come out with even 400. I mean, ideally it would be really nice to get like a 1,000 or 1,200,000% gainer, but that would require it to be in late August, early September for it to cross through that line. So if Roku pops, that's fine. We're long on some tech positions that I wouldn't be mad about that. But yeah, that's an Iron Condor. Again, all I'm risking is $50. My max profit is $9.50. And do I need it to move all the way down? No. Do I need to move all the way up? No. Do I need it to be just in this area? Yeah. Could I have moved these strikes up here? Of course. I could have moved that Iron Condor anywhere. If you would have just said like, all the volumes down here and say, okay, I want the Iron Condor down there, by all means, you probably would have come out. You can come out with the same premium collection and the same max loss on that trade. So really excited about this Roku trade because it's got earnings coming up. So if Roku gets a drop from earnings, we're absolutely going to get some type of come up afterwards. So really excited about that. So alrighty guys, so that was the swing recap. Oh, and then I got to pick a Hall of Fame winner. So there was one guy, where is he? Member workshop. Again, if you don't know, if every week we do a Hall of Fame winner. At the end of the month, that we pick one of the 4 winners to win $50. We'll Zelle or Venmo it to you. This week is going to go out to, let's see if I can find him. Recovering. It's going to go to Recovering. He called out PayPal. 300 calls at 190. Tesla calls at 315, and Docu calls at 325. He just spit them all out on Tuesday. And here is the Docu. So here are the Docu calls that he made. So he's able to come out with profit. So he made 10% profit on that trade. So good job there. And I'm pretty sure the other ones that he had came out green as well. Let's see if I can find it. I can't find it. But he came out with that's actually like a 15% gain. But congratulations, Recovering, on the Docu 716 300 call at 325, and then he sold it for 370 on that day. He posted his call out. Okay, he posted his call out, and then he posted the profits. So good job there, Recovering. Keep up with the good work, and then he'll be entered for the monthly Hall of Fame, in which case he might win the $50 at the end of the month. So awesome job there. Overall, that was a really good week, guys. That was a really, really good week. Really interested to see what SPY is going to do next week. We have a lot going on with SPY. We have a lot going on with the news. Same with Qs. I think Qs are going to lose a little bit of steam this next week. IWM is definitely going to be popping back up to the 230 level. And then the Dow Jones might find another high. I have an alert here at 351 to see if we can sell some premium there. If you haven't checked out the credit spread crash course, please do. I made it last week. We already have like 25 views on it. It seems like a lot of people liked it, mostly because that's the play I do. So I did a really good example of how I do my trade, how I go through my trade. It's really, really simple. It's not rocket science. You just want the trade in your favor. So again, hit join now down here to go to the server. And then if you use the code SPRING30, if you use this code, instead of paying the $60 per month for the OG Prime membership, you put that code and you get $30 per month for 3 months. So you only have to pay $90 at the end of that 3rd month. So use that code and you can keep using that code. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Jumanji1776 Amd at Option Goats Trading. That's it, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Enjoy the time off, and we'll hit the ground running on Monday. So thank you and have a great day.